Hey, welcome, welcome. We are live. Welcome everybody to the MumFreedomPreneur. Oh, I think now we're live. Now we're live. Welcome to the MumFreedomPreneur Hangout. I'm Valerie Jampolsky, and I'm here. I've got, let's see, we've got Sarita and Greta and Michelle, and we're going to go across the world. We are literally across the world, like right now, as we speak. I'm here in Los Angeles, and here comes Gabrielle, and I'm a single mom. I got they just turned 5-year-olds. One of them is actually, you see, they were sleeping. They were up really late. They've been not feeling so well, but now this one actually crawled in. He's like literally in the chair, like right next to me. If you see it rocking or moving, he may pop up at any point. I'm going to give you a little naked kid alert because at some point in time, if the other one wakes, he's going to come running in and he's stark naked. Okay, so just saying. And today our topic is, what's our topic today? Today our topic is identity crisis, discovering the woman beneath the mom. So I want to welcome everybody, and I am going to go across, and Sarita's here. So I'm going to come across over to Sarita. Here you are.
Hi everybody. Yeah, it's awesome to be here and a great topic. I'm Sarita for anyone that doesn't know me. I've got two little ones, a 4-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old son. And yeah, I'm just so excited to be here around all these inspiring other mompreneurs and anyone who's listening in. It's just such an exciting way to share your life and share and connect with other women all around the globe. And I actually call them my sisters. We started this Sisters United thing at the last event, and I really believe in sisterhood and us lifting each other up, helping each other, grow, connect. And I actually always had that vision of being around sisters. I mean, I never had a physical sister. I only had one brother, and I always felt quite lonely. And I always wanted to have a sister in my life. But for me, it's more like a spiritual sisterhood, and I always craved that. And I feel like I found that now, and it's growing. And the beautiful thing is, even though we might be busy, with our lives, and people live on the other side of town, and no one has time, we can connect online, and we can do these hangouts, and we can. And it's just, it's just the support, apart from just the business and obviously being able to earn an income online is amazing, but just having that support and really connecting with women who have very similar values as you is just awesome. So I'm really, really excited about this, and I feel like we can do so much together. Like this quote by Helen Keller, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much, is so true. And I just feel so strong. I had been going through a few things lately, but because I have this feeling of sisterhood and support, even though personal things had come up with me, I felt there was like, I just felt so much stronger in myself than ever before. And I know it's because I feel connected to all these powerful women all around the globe who lift me up and inspire me daily. And I'm just so grateful to be here. So just want to say thank you for all you ladies and anyone out there watching. Yeah, it's amazing what you can do when you have these powerful women in your life. So just wanted to express my gratitude.
Oh, and Sarita, we love you. And we love you. I mean, I have sisters, but I feel like everybody here, these are all like sisters from another mother. Sisters from another mother. And just so folks, everybody, since Sarita's here in Australia. We've got like different time zones. What time is it for you there in Australia?
It's 12 o'clock, 12 a.m.
Yeah.
I tried to get to sleep earlier and it didn't happen, and I thought, I'll be all right. It's not that late. I think Gabrielle would have, she's really good. She usually gets to sleep in beforehand.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. If I fall asleep, I don't wake back. I'm not waking back up again. It's like, or I'll wake up at some wacky time, like 4 in the morning or something cookie. So, okay. I'm going to pass it on, and then we'll come back into our topic. And just I just want to give a quick shout out because you're so humble, Sarita. But I mean, just a big shout out to what happened for you in your business. I think it was like the weekend you had like a $7,000 day for fundraising. Whoop, you're muted.
Yes, it was my biggest day on Friday the 13th so far, which was $8,400.
$8,400. Oh my God.
I posted my result, and then I actually had another $500 coming in. So it was, yeah, amazing. I mean, I alwaid thought that Friday the 13th is an unlucky day. I always thought it was a lucky day, but it was particularly amazing. And I'm just so happy because a lot of my sales are now from my team duplicating, which is just not just financially, obviously, it's awesome to make that kind of money, but just knowing that other people in my team are successful is just, you don't want to be the only one. You want to know that your team's duplicating and it's happening and it's flowing, and it's just so exciting to see. So yeah, but the results are cool. The income.
I wasn't going to let that fly by. I was not going to let that fly by. I know you're very, I was like, no, I'll teach the horn. Congrats. I'm going to pass it over to Gabrielle, because I'm going over, like, as I see you guys down below. So I'm passing over Gabrielle. It's so gorgeous.
Hi everyone, it's Gabrielle Morrison here. So I'm in Perth with Sarita, and so it's midnight here, and I actually didn't sleep for the first time since I've been doing these calls. So I'm like, this is really weird for me. I normally have like 1 or 2 hours because we used to have to work on a Tuesday, so I'm not working on a Tuesday now. So yeah, it doesn't matter. I can sleep in. So I thought I'd try something new. So yeah, no, I'm really blessed to be here, and I'm really excited about this topic today because I think we sometimes come into this business with a particular goal in mind, and as the layers start to unfold, you just it really switches up. So it'll be really interesting to see how everyone's take on that. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, and let everybody know how many kids, for those that you might be new for you, like, are you for them to know how many kids have you got and how old are they?
So I've got my daughter who's 4, she's just turned 4, and my son is 2 in April.
Oh.
So yeah, and we've got a little birthday song at kindy tomorrow because she had her birthday before kindy started, so we've got to go in and have this little kindy song, which I'm really looking forward to.
Huge. So yes, and you and speaking of team duplicating, you had a great week last week too. You had some great. I'm going to toot people's horns as I can that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I've had a beautiful mama just join me, Dominique, and yeah, so I'm really, really pleased to have her in my team, and it's so awesome to meet these people. As we talk so much about the law of attraction, like we attract certain people to us, and we meet these awesome people, and I'm so happy that she's in my team, and I just can't wait to watch her grow as well. So yeah, I've had a really good week, and it's awesome, loving it.
Mwah! And I love you, and just anyways, I love all of you guys. I love you all. And here I'm my another sister from another mother. Here we come, Greta.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we totally hear you.
Okay, good, perfect.
And the brainwaves are off. So we came on and was like,
Okay.
Greta's got her brainwaves going on.
Brainwaves are my friend. They are my best friend. They've helped me so much. If you don't use them, make sure you get some, because you will not want to turn back. My name is Greta Campagnolo, as Valerie said, and I am a crazy mompreneur of half a dozen kids. And yeah, we live on Vancouver Island in British Columbia, and this topic today is seriously very, very near and dear to my heart, because before I got started in this business, I really found that I was very lost in being a mom, and very just tired, and I call it mama non-sleepitis. I think that's what I called it today. And if you are plagued by, the fatigue of being a mom, and you just kind of feel lost in who you are. You feel like you've lost your identity in becoming a mom and so on. You are in the right place at the right time today, because I'm excited for you to kind of just hear from these other women and hear from these other moms, hear what this has done for them and what it can do for you as well. So I'm excited to actually hear from our newest mama in the house that has just joined us. So I will pass it off to Michelle, and yeah, because I'm excited to get to know you. I'm always excited when we have new moms come and join us, because this is what we're doing. This is what this is all about. It's a sisterhood, a motherhood, united, and it's just, I feel so blessed to be here, to be a part of this movement for humanity. And as mothers, we are so powerful and so strong and have everything that we need in order to create that change that we all desire in the world.
Mwah. Well, I'm all about to, I'm full of love this morning. Michelle. Here's the thing is, like, I'm always so excited when we, like Greta said, because what we do, we attract these incredible women. We attract these incredible sisters into our lives with what it is and how it is and who we are and what we do. And we actually, we teach how to do that. But I am just so thrilled to have you here with us. So share with everybody, just say a little bit who you are, where you're from, everything, what lights you up? What lights you up?
Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much. I've just felt such a huge, warm welcome ever since I joined. And I just wanted to say, actually, I almost cancelled because I wasn't sure, like I had doubts, first of all. And then I woke up in the morning and I had a message from you, Valerie, on my phone. And it was just so warm and friendly, and I was like, oh, it's a real person, and just instantly I felt so welcomed by all of you. So yeah, I'm really excited to get to know you all. Yeah, I'm a single mom. I have a 12-year-old son. I don't know, shall I speak a bit about this identity?
Yeah, if you've got some thoughts on it, because I know you do.
Yeah. Well, literally, I only knew I was coming on the call about 5 minutes ago, so I haven't had much chance to think about it. But yeah, what came to me was, I've felt quite lost a lot in my life. I felt like I haven't fit in. I felt really different, and it's like I couldn't find myself by going out and getting it. I had to really surrender and just let myself receive. And sometimes this has meant like really going into a dark place and really just letting myself be there and letting myself rest into it. And then like when I come out, I feel like I can receive who I am. So yeah, that's the little bit of wisdom that came to me on that.
That's very, very powerful. Opening yourself up to receive. It's huge. It's really, really huge. So I'm sure other things are going to bubble up as we go through and we talk back and forth. So if something else pops up, we'll come back to you but I'm just so thrilled that you're here. I love those.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's like a little tweet. Are those lights back there? Are those like?
Oh yeah. They were our Christmas lights.
Lights all the time. Keep the energy. I love it. I love the celebration all the time. It's very cool.
Yeah, I want to say I'm so excited to have you here, Michelle. I still get very nervous doing hangouts. I never get over that thing because I'm more like of an introvert. But it's just so exciting. It's like that's the first step. Just put yourself out there and share your vision, and that's how you connect with people, and that's how you're gonna attract people that are like yourself, and you're gonna create your, inspire other women to empower themselves, and it's really powerful. So I'm just so excited to have you part of our sisterhood, and yeah, really excited to have you.
So, Sarita, do you want to hop out with some of your perspective on this?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think about it. I know. I mean, I think maybe I share a little bit about my childhood. You know, I love my mum to bits, but I felt my mum totally just gave everything up for us, and she never really catched up with her girlfriends. She totally just was, you know, constantly, you know, being just a mother, but nothing else. And then I know when I left home, and I left home quite early, when I was 17, I know she went through quite a bit of struggle, and then my brother moved out as well. And I think she just never fully has found her, you know, feet again, because she had nothing else in her life. And I also, you know, as much as I love my mom, it didn't inspire me very much. Like, I really wanted my mom to have something else in her life, and I also felt that was almost like a burden. I felt almost like, you know, a burden on me, just to like, because I knew how much, yeah, her world was me, you know, and all this pressure almost. So I just know that, and I really want to be, you know, sometimes you have to go through something to know what you don't want. That's something I didn't want for my daughter. I really want my daughter to, you know, knowing that she can achieve anything that she puts her mind to, that she doesn't have to be dependent on the income. Like, she never, like my mom, stopped working and that was it. And that's totally fine, you know, but I know I like the idea of knowing that I can provide for myself, I can contribute to the income, that I don't really need a man to work for the money, but just because I maybe want to be with someone, but not because I'm financially dependent. I like that I'm not financially dependent on a man, and I can provide for myself, and I can travel when I want, and have that freedom to choose the right school for my daughter and my son, and not, yeah, just have that freedom. And it just, yeah, it's just, you become more powerful, you know, when you know you have those choices. And I just, yeah, I just feel very inspired when I see all these strong women around me through this community who are doing it, who are, you know, not dependent on anyone, you know, and are really truly, you know, setting a role model to their children to know that anything is possible. And especially, I think with women, you know, when we decide to have children, it's such a big thing, and I always wanted to be a mum. I always, that's been one of my dreams from a little, like, you know, onwards. I love the idea of being a mum, but knowing that you can be a mother that also can be still in the world, can still be, you know, and especially connect with other women. And I think that's a very tribal thing. And even though we are so far away from each other, you know, in a way, we're all connected online, and we're really close. And it really works in this kind of world. And at least it's working for me. I know just from 1 year, like, I've only been doing this business for 1 year, but the sense of community I feel, you know, like I was already saying earlier, how I just feel like I've really found my purpose, and I've never, I knew I always wanted to be a mom. I never really felt like, I worked in childcare and I worked in admin before, but I never found like a true calling. And with this business, I really feel like I found my purpose. Because, you know, not only am I providing the best possible life for my children and creating this for them, my wife, I'm also connecting to all these other like mums from all around the globe and helping them also live a life of freedom, and also empowering them and inspiring them. And we're all lifting each other up, and you know, it's just that sense of belonging. I feel like I'm belonging like I also felt like Michelle, often very much like I'd never fitted in anywhere, and now I finally feel like I found my tribe, and it's so much stronger just because of that. And I feel like I can achieve anything just because I know you know, I'm not alone in this. You know, I know my why and my children, but also I know that I really, I feel like I found my purpose by knowing that I can talk about the things that I love, like, for example, with the blog, and, you know, what we do, we blog about the things that we're, you know, passionate about. Like, I'm passionate about my children, I'm passionate about healthy food and raw food and law of attraction. And just by doing that, I'm attracting people to me who wants the same thing, and then you can make money from it. It's amazing, more amazing. And I speak to these ladies, I spoke to Jan today, who's from New Zealand, and it was like I've known her forever because we share the same interests, and it's just so wonderful that you can connect so many like-minded people, and it's just very exciting, especially when you always feel like an outsider. So I truly feel like I've found my purpose with this business, and it might be going totally off topic, but identity crisis. I guess I was in a bit of an identity crisis before, especially before I had children. I always knew that that was part of my purpose. But I really wanted more than just being a mom. Even though it's an amazing experience, I wanted to be also have something that I can leave, behind, and build something, and create something that like a legacy. So and I feel like that this is happening right now. So thank you.
No, and and thank you, Sarita. Anybody want to pop out on and comment on that, or we'll just keep going down the line. For me, I just know I have such appreciation for being in this sisterhood. I just don't even, connecting with all of you. Because it can be. It really can be. I'm here and I'm in Los Angeles, and for me, a lot of my friends, because I became a mom kind of later in life, and I didn't, before I became a mom, I had all my friends. I had a lot of single friends that didn't have kids, and not yet. And I was in that world, and my friends that did have them, I kind of got what was going on with them, but not really. And when I became a mom, it was interesting. It was interesting to see, because I'm a very I don't quite fit in either. I've never quite fit in. I'm this very unique bird about who I am and my perspectives on abundance and everything else. And it's just been so powerful to connect with this community here, with all these women here. Just like-minded. That's what's so powerful. Is that we find each other, and we're like-minded, and we're moms, and we're doing and having that independence to be able to be home with my kids and not be stuck in an office surrounded by papers in the corporate world that I was. I used to be an attorney, and I call it the golden handcuffs. But to be able to choose, but it's like, it can be isolating. It can be isolating to be a mom, and it can be isolating to be able to connect with these friends that I have all over the world. It's like at any time. Literally, we've got like time zones across the board here. We've got Australia, Canada. We've got some ladies on the East Coast, not on right now, but we do. And then in the UK. Literally at any moment in time, I can go in and connect with this community and be connected, and not just high, but on a very deep, heartfelt level. And that drives me. It wakes me up, and it drives me to do everything that I do, to the vision of being able to help people. I have such appreciation. So I know we were saying, one of the things, well, connect in with the community and connect in with us, and then and like Michelle was saying, open up to receive, open up to be able to receive it. I'm going to come over. I'm just going across the board here, so I'm going to go over to Gabrielle. I know you have thoughts on this.
Well, I got goosebumps when Michelle was saying that, because it's just that feeling of not fitting in and thinking, was there something wrong with me, or why was I different? But I totally embraced that in my adult life. As a kid, it was tough, but I've embraced that for quite a while now. I love to do everything different. But yeah, it's that sense of belonging. Now, like I was saying at the beginning, when we first come into this, we kind of, I came in, I wanted to find a way to be home with my kids, because I wanted to be more of a mom. I wanted to be present with them, and inevitably work to earn an income to replace the income I was having as a nurse. And yeah, so you kind of get tapped in and you start meeting these people that are, you know, living their dreams and doing these amazing things, and you think, oh wow, you know, they're just different. People are doing things that they really want to do rather than just, you know, 9 to 5 or shift work and working in a job that you're not really into, but you do it because you want to go on holiday for a couple of weeks of the year, or you do it because, you know, you need to pay your bills. Like we all have to do that. And yeah, just meeting people that were doing that in a different way and actually living their lives. Like I've always loved to travel, and I kind of thought that was over. You know, I thought, oh, I have to wait and do that now when I'm retired. And, you know, you get sucked into that life that everyone's living, and then to get connected with these people and think, actually, no, I don't have to be like that. And just that in itself was really cool, because I could start dreaming again, dreaming of these places that I've always wanted to go, and actually bring my kids with me now. So yeah, first that was just kind of getting settled with our sort of general group, and then I started reaching out and meeting all these different women in groups, and I was like, okay, this is even more empowering. It's just like, wow, I'm actually fitting in with some women, which I never really felt I did before, and then just started to grow. I remember Greta was speaking to me before I even came on the Hangout, and I was like, oh, I've got nothing to share. Like, I've got, you know, I don't have anything to talk about. And, you know, I've been on these Hangouts now for a few months, and I'm always talking. And, you know, it just comes, and, oh, yeah, you just grow. And it's, yeah, I mean, I've grown as a woman now. I went to Vegas with Sarita, you know, in January, and I found even more that what I actually was doing was, like, let me just read how I've written, see how I've written this. So I found myself again. I wasn't just the mum or the wife, I was Gabrielle, and that was really cool, because I kind of resigned. I thought I was just a mum, like I had my kids, not just a mum, but I thought I was going to be a mum, and I was really focused on that. I never wanted to leave my kids. I wanted to be there all the time, and even like having that break away and realizing, no, I am actually Gabrielle still in there, and I can be Gabrielle, and I can be a mum, and I can be a wife. I can do all of those things, and being with these women has helped that to open up. Like I was saying, like it's the layers, and I've been peeling away these layers back to my center, back to myself again. And yeah, life is, it's changed so much in just a few short months. And the things that have changed, I've been actually trying to do for 10 years. You know, I do a lot of personal development, and this was like a really kickstart course that's happened. You know, I don't know if that makes sense, but something I've been trying to do for 10 years, I was able to do in 6 months with the power of these women. So yeah, that was so awesome. Sorry, I'm just checking. I don't want to miss anything.
Oh, no, it's great.
Great. Yeah, so I was just really sort of saying that I realized that my reason why in the end wasn't just to spend more time being a mum, but also becoming myself again. And yeah, that was pretty much the end. I was then really bluntly, because I'm like, oh, that was it. But I'm just really blessed to be here, really. And I hope that was useful to some people.
No, it's powerful, because I mean, I think it's powerful because you're connecting, you're realizing that, remembering who you are underneath it all, and that you can have all of it. Like you can have all the different pieces, and it's all possible. There's possibilities, and all of a sudden it's becoming, you know, it's real, and then remembering who you are. I keep hearing like the same thing, like we're all we're all being able to connect with like-minded women really helps, because then you can pull out more.
It's so special.
Yeah, yeah. I'm coming over to Greta, and I know other ideas are gonna pop up. I just know it will. Greta.
Yeah, I can. It's so awesome every week to be able to sit here and listen to the wisdom and the heart. I mean, the heart and the love of this group and these women is just something that, I mean, if you've been sitting here watching, whether you're watching the recording or you're on with us live right now, I know that you are getting the sense and the feeling that this is just a very precious place to be. I really can't imagine, or don't even want to imagine my life without these women in it. And I know that Gabrielle recently had shared a video as well, just this gratitude video to all her new women in her life and how grateful she was. And it's just something that I never, like these ladies are saying, I never realized that I was missing it, because I guess I never really thought that it was possible. That for me, that's really what it was about. For most of my life before I became a mom, I mean, my gratitude pours out to my children each and every day, because I honestly don't think I would be here on this earth anymore if I hadn't become a mom, because that's where I was before I transitioned and discovered myself, and just something more that I was missing in my life. And without going into too much detail, it was just, I had a difficult time growing up, and lost my father to suicide when I was 12 years old, and pretty much my family fell apart, and I felt so disconnected to everybody in my life, and my father was Italian, so when he died, it was like I lost this whole culture as well. So I just had to reinvent who I was, and at 12 years old, and I also lost something that I was very passionate about. I was a dancer, and had danced from the time I was 2.5 years old, and I had a really bad injury and lost my dad at the same time, and everything kind of just really fell apart. Everything felt like it was pulled out from under me, and maybe something like that happened to you in your life, or maybe you're going through something like that right now. And I just want to say that I've been there. And I know that a lot of the other women here right now have been in places like that as well. And I honestly, truly believe that the connections that we make in life with people we're not alone in this world for a reason. And the connections that we make with each other are so important and key in really accepting. And once you start to accept others, you start to realize that you're actually accepting parts of yourself as well, and that's all a part of getting to know who you are and the powers and the love that you possess within yourself, and how you can use that and those gifts that you have, whether you realize what those are yet or not. They are there, and they are there for a reason. And this community and being a part of this group of women, fast forward years later, and soul searching for so many years, and then making the decision to finally take a stand and change my life and start actually living instead of basically dying in a way and killing myself in a way. I was just the most negative person within myself internally, and I gave outside, and I gave and I gave, and I've always been a giving person and always wanting to give love and lift other people up, but it wasn't very successful because on the inside I was just pain. I was in pain and I was struggling so much, and that I made that decision that I was going to change things, and I introduced different things into my life, and things just started to shift. And then I became a mom, and that changed everything. And then I got really tired because I wasn't sleeping, and I was a single mom for a while as well, and so I know what that's like too. And even now, my partner works away from home for months at a time, and as difficult as that can be, it can be a very empowering position to be in as well. And the connections that you make with your children are incredible. And so what I'm saying basically is, no matter where you find yourself right now, no matter emotionally where you are right now in your world, however much turmoil you may be feeling within yourself, it can change, and it will change. And all you really have to do is make a decision and tell other people and surround yourself with other people who have the same values as you do, and start exploring that more and more. This is a journey. This life is a journey, and you can choose whichever path you decide to go on. And some people will believe in it and encourage you and support you, and other people won't. And that's okay, because you can let them go. You don't have to surround yourself with people who don't believe in you, who don't love and care for you and encourage you. You really don't. Whether it's your mother or your sister, your brother, your cousin, whatever. You can make new sisters and mothers and friends and everything. And this community is so powerful in just doing that and just being a part of it. It means more to me than any of the other stuff. Is just the life that it has breathed into my heart and my soul, and it has given me the place that I've needed in order to create that change I've always wanted so much for in my life. And in doing that, I've become a better mother, daughter, sister, everything, all encompassing. And together with myself and my half a dozen kids and the community of these women, we are making a difference, and it feels so good to be a part of something like that. So I encourage you. I know that there's a link somewhere here before somebody else pops out and says something super amazing and life-changing for you. There's a link down below. I can't even remember what it says right now on the page. You can click it and join this community, because it will change your life. It will be that peace that you have been missing, and you deserve to live a life that you're proud of, that you feel content in and happy and loved. So.
Thank you, Greta. I want to say, it's interesting because Sarita, her little one, woke up and she was holding him there on camera there for a little bit. And what's so powerful here, that was for me such a visual image, because you're sitting there holding him, and and my little guy, he popped up for a second here too. It's that we are here, and for what can often happen, with us as parents, like we're talking about identity of a mom and who we are, we can do it all at the same time. It's almost like you don't even have to compartmentalize it, right? here we are. That's what's so special about the system of what we do, and here we are in this community. Is here we are. We're connecting. We're connecting with each other. This is feeding us as much as it is feeding you guys watching. Trust me, for us to be connecting here together, and we also, always talking offline. I mean, what's going on, constantly connected, but we're able to do both. We're able to do both, right? We can actually, we can go out and have fun with our kids and actually have that feed our financial independence, which is sort of interesting. I know that sounds odd, but it's actually like I can actually, I make money while I'm at Disneyland or whatever. I mean, but just the process of it, sharing our lives, is something that just, it's so wonderful. It's so wonderful to be able to do that. I wanted to see anybody here, because has everybody's had a chance to sort of like say their initial thoughts? Michelle, Greta, Gabrielle, Sarita, any other thoughts to add on top of what anybody else has said? We're all like, yeah.
I just want to say something, please.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I made the decision to come into this fairly recently, and I think what it's bringing up in me is the realization that I do know who I am. Like deep down, I know who I am, and that's kind of quite scary, because it brings me up against so much fear of like people judging me, or it's like, can I really own that? Can I really claim that for myself? So that's kind of what I'm working with right now is, can I really allow myself to be what I know that I am, to allow myself to be abundant and have everything that I have.
It's interesting you say that, because I was debating whether to even address this, because you guys know I get a lot of stuff from Echo Bernard Beckwith. I get a lot of stuff from what he teaches Agape, which is this unconditional love, and I was just listening to something this morning that actually I was live on, live streaming it yesterday, and he actually approached this very concept, which kind of I was sitting here looking at my notes on this, and was talking about how we there's who we really are, right? And, we talk about abundance, we talk about essence, our the love essence of the universe, of everything else, and who we really are. And oftentimes we use our what ifs, right? We go into what ifs and we become like really good at and it's like I always think about what am I showing to my kids, but also just how am I talking to me? Like I need to be me. Who was it? I forget who was saying it about being so much more. It was Gabrielle. Yeah, I think it was you, Gabrielle. It used to be everybody. Maybe we're all saying it about how when we are more allowing ourselves to be more of who we really are, like not just an identity of a mom, but that also inspires our kids. And a lot of times, that our minds can get hijacked by the way other people think. Because it's common and it's around, and we can choose to think it. And there's a lot of what ifs, and we're really good at the negative what ifing. I mean, there's a lot of so many people, that's what they focus on. I like reading this, what if this bad thing happens? What if it doesn't work out? What if they don't like me? What if I don't have enough? What if I'm not good enough? I mean, all of those what ifs, and we spin. Oftentimes, a lot of people spin into that, and then for folks that maybe have a vision of a conscious vision of, and a dream, Sarita, you're talking about our sisterhood and what's possible and changing and all of that, and, helping people to really see their abundance. And he was talking about this, that there were people that would, say folks like Nelson Mandela, yeah, right, yeah. We're gonna there's apartheid's always been apartheid. It's never gonna change. Yeah, right. You're gonna make a difference. Or that guy, that dreamer. Yeah, you have that dream about all integration and everything else. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Martin Luther King. Go ahead, dream on, buddy. Dream on. Okay, and that they call you idealistic. They call you naive. But I'm just throwing out those two very big examples, and he talked about it. I was just listening to it this morning, and it's like, you know what? it's reaching into that positive, reaching into that dream and that idealistic space, because the reality is, we are this. We talk about this. Who we really are, and who you're seeing yourself as you really are. We are this love essence. We are this brilliance, this wisdom. All of that. That's who we really are. And whatever our circumstances are in front of us, it's not about what we're facing. It's about what are those circumstances facing. And we can make a conscious awareness, and we do a lot of what we do and we teach. We talk about abundance and all of that, and we're connecting with our community, with our sisterhood, and all of that wakes up within us who we really are. Right, who we really are, which is not just a label of a mom, and not just a label of if you're in a relationship of a wife or a partner or whatever, right? That we are this incredible being, and what is possible. There's the infinite potentials are actually there. That the abundance is really there. The plenitude is really there, and we can choose to live from that space and do our what ifs in that direction, right? Because if, just, think about it, if Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela, just as two examples, didn't what if, or Helen Keller even, you talk about Helen Keller, all the what ifs, anybody that's ever done anything incredible, all the other people around him at the time was like, yeah, right. We can choose to buy into it, or we can choose to believe. We can choose to believe in ourselves, and I'm getting all emotional, that's what this community keeps, it's like reminding us, like, you know what? That's why it's so important to be connected into it, so that we can remember together, and if one slips down, the other pops up, and in our environment, come into our world, make the choice of coming into our world saying, okay, this is what I'm coming with. I'm coming with this. And anything anything in the circumstance, in our environment, of anybody that might not believe it, it's because their minds are just temporarily hijacked by stuff that's not real, right? And we can literally, even if it seems like in the end, then some folks might do something negative to us, right? And it might seem like we go backwards for a second, but because we're so connected to each other, we're so connected to this community and to our abundance and taking action in our vision, and literally, actually, I mean, like, we're creating a new lives with what we do. Stuff like that makes it for me, it triggers me into going into this, into going into an even deeper awareness, like making me really dig deeper into my connections with the women that I know, and also deeper into reminding myself who I am. So it's like a slingshot. He talks about, like, it's a slingshot. It seems like you temporarily go back, but that's actually going to go whoosh, and makes movement fast forward. I mean, Sarita. You just
I would like to.
Damn,
I'd like
your entire. I mean, seriously, you're like an example. I mean, just like you.
No, when you just said that, because I mean, I felt exactly the same in the beginning, and that's very normal to feel like that, because it is such a big thing. Because I'm not even talking about how, obviously financially this can really change and transform your life, but this is a process of really, like, deep self-development. And even if you've done self-development before, but because this is the business of sharing yourself with the world, it brings up all your fears.
Yeah.
Because you keep putting yourself out there. People are really doing videos, you're sharing your vision. And I did like a 30-day video challenge in the beginning, and then a gratitude challenge. And I was looking at my old videos the other day from a year ago, and I'm like, wow, I was doing this, and I hadn't even made a penny online, and I was committed to doing it because, like, my mentor inspired me to do it, and because she told me to do it, I just like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. And it served me, but it was really hard. And some days I even had videos, I was like, I'm really not feeling well, but I'm still doing this video, and I was talking about my feeling, and I was really embracing. I was like, oh, these videos are not really bad, quite proud of myself that I put myself out there, and I share even my feelings and acknowledge it's okay to have a bad day, and and still share myself with the world, because we're not meant to be robots. We are, spiritual beings having a human experience. At least that's what I believe. And we go through emotions, and that's part of it. And having feelings is a beautiful thing, and just opening up and sharing it with people. And it's gonna also get you people who think you're nuts, but they think you're nuts most likely anyway. And there's gonna be people who are really gonna get pissed off because, like, who's she doing all these videos. She must think so. I was like, forget all that crap, because in the end, you don't want to be friends with those people anyway. But you will reach people like the women I've not connected with, who I just feel like I've got this, within a year, I've got this strong sisterhood happening, and it's growing. And it's like, I've got this spiritual family now that I've longed for all my life. And I felt always so lost. And that is so much bigger than even, you know, being obviously to provide for your family from home. It's amazing. But just that feeling of being part of something that supports me, feeds me, and nourishes my soul is just massive. And it's because I put myself out there. So, Michelle, I'm just so happy you're here. And it's, you know, it's still challenging for me, you know, coming on Hangouts now, because that's where I am. But it's okay, because feel the fear and do it anyway. Because, you know, the good things don't come easy, you know. And I think the universe also keeps testing, like, at least for me, I always find the universe tests me. It's like, how much do you really want this, you know? You're like, you try to do something and you get all these glitches happening, and it's like, yeah, I think, you know, the universe is just testing you. How much do you really want this? And it's really worth it. And I'm just want to encourage you, because I felt the same way. I mean, I just put my head down and I just did what I was told to do, because they said it was going to work, and I did it, and it has really worked for me. You know, and that's the beauty about this community, you know, and then you helping each other. And another thing, you know, like they say, you become the 5 people you hang out the most with. So if you don't have, usually, like in a normal environment, especially when you're a stay-at-home mom, you're often quite isolated. You maybe go to, you know, play groups and stuff, but it's a lot of women who are not, maybe don't really want to be out there, you know, doing their thing.
Little kitty fire right there.
I'm just talking so loud at like 1 o'clock in the morning. What do you want? You want to give me cuddles? You're sick? Oh dear. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But I mean, this is the beauty about just, you know, working from home, that I can now connect with you guys and hopefully inspire any mums out there that it's okay to, you know, like it doesn't matter what time I do my work. Usually I do my work when my kids are asleep, and I can still be present for them even while I'm working. And it's not work. That's the beauty as well, because I'm constantly connected to these inspiring people where, you know, in a, like, I think I was trying to talk about, you know, when you go to play groups and stuff, you don't usually find your sisters there. If you're lucky, you might find a sister there, like a spiritual sister. But I never really found anyone like you know, all these women that I'm connected with now. We really believe in all very much in the same thing, like law of attraction, and we're all doing self-development, and we're not like talking, you know, gossiping about other women when we get together. You know, we kind of talk about what we're working on ourselves, and it's just that it's a great feeling to be inspired by other women who are doing the same thing and who are actually living their life, you know. Like, I know so many people now who are traveling, who are working from home, who are really living their dreams. And I don't know a lot of people in my neighborhood who do this. So, you know, but that's the beauty. Like, we don't have to be working with friends, with people who are right next. You know, like, you can still be friends, but you don't have to force yourself to, you know, hang out with people who don't inspire you, you know. You know, it doesn't mean you're not trying to be snobby, but just saying there's so many amazing people that you will just can have like 12-hour conversations like this. And now we're not limited to where we live. Like, we can connect with these women from Canada, from, you know, the UK, here from Perth, Gabrielle, we found each other. But, you know, and Los Angeles right now, and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I can speak to these ladies who kind of get me. But I always felt before, going to mums groups, and I felt like really like the odd one out. And I knew if I shared my spiritual beliefs or whatever, they would have thought I'm nuts. So I didn't even go there. And, you know, I sit like with Gabrielle after the event we went to with you guys. We sit in the sauna and we talk about really crazy concepts, crazy. And she's like, yeah, we're like bouncing off each other. It was amazing. And then suddenly we were talking to Nikki, and it's like, really get each other, and I mean that's what this community has given me, and it's because I took the plunge and said to myself, I'll feel the fear and do it anyway. I'm shooting these videos, and that's how I attracted like women like Gabrielle, you know, to me, because I put myself out there. So, you know, it might be in that moment uncomfortable, but you never know who you're going to attract into your life, because you are sharing your life and your heart, and it's so worth it. So.
I just wanted to say I can totally, completely relate with the whole mummy group thing. Oh my God, I'm so glad that you brought that up, because oh my gosh, like, and it was so like that. I remember I eventually I was like, I can't do this anymore. I went there for support. And eventually, as the weeks went by, I realized every week I went, if there was somebody missing, that was the subject of that day, of that time we had together, was that person. And talking that, you know, it was gross. It wasn't nothing that I wanted to be a part of. And it's really sad that it is that way. And it was just a whole bunch of complaining about how sucky their lives are and how much, you know, how hard it is to be a mom. Well, yeah, it's hard, but do we have to focus on that, or should we not be focusing? Why can't we focus on the beautiful things about our children and how much they've completely changed our lives and, you know, brought us to where we are today? It's oh, yeah, it's so refreshing to just be here and to say the, you know, the things that some people might think are totally kooky, and just and we're sitting here and we're eating it up because we just get it. We love it. Like, I mean, as you're sitting here watching, I'm sure light bulbs are going off like pew pew, because like it's like it just makes sense, you know. And yeah, forever I never felt like I belonged. And I had like one friend. My mom always told me, Greta, it's okay. As long as you know, all you need is one or two good friends. That's all you need. And once I had those connections and those spiritual connections, like I feel so blessed to have had that at a young age to, you know, get me through the things that I went through in my life. Once you have those connections, it's like nothing else compares, and you know what that is. You know, it's like anything in life. Once you figure out exactly what you want and you focus on that, more of it comes to you. So that's probably why you're here watching this right now, because you've attracted it into your life.
Yes.
So, I mean, thank you so much, Sarita, again, because I just, that whole mommy group thing, oh my gosh, I'm so glad
and
that's
you know,
like, not in my life anymore.
You know, welcome to the crazy ones, because they're the ones who change the world, because
Yes.
this is the truth. It's something
Yes.
like
I love that. Absolutely.
And on that note, we are like up at the top of the hour, so I'm going to say thank you everybody for coming, and connect with us. The buttons below, you know, that's how you connect with us. Whoever sent you to this, they're part of the Kooky Tribe.
The Cookie Sisters.
Sisterhood. You'll connect with them. You connect below. Love you all. We will see you next week. And
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.